Hey everyone, my name's Captain Jack and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today we're taking a look at a ship from my personal fleet, this being the Redwood Industries fleet, or RWI for short. If you've been around the channel for quite a while, you might have seen this ship before. It's actually a mini version, or a mini defender as we call it, but it's actually called the Styx-class. It was actually entered in my Frigate competition a few years back now. Maybe a year, I don't know, it's been a while ago. Anyway, Reload entered into it. They've done some fantastic work on the Styx-class. Today, we are finally uploading it to the Steam Workshop, so you all can go and enjoy it, blow it up, play with it, I don't know, change it, do whatever you want to it. It's yours in the workshop, you can go and have fun. Well, we're obviously going to, of course, take a look in this video about what makes the Styx-class special and explain a bit more about it. Many of you have wondered how this sort of fits into the overall Colony universe sort of storyline we've got going on. Well, the way we kind of came up and saw it is after the Green Drone War, which is explored in the Colony Wars series, Redwood's sort of fleet would be severely damaged and lacked sort of like a lot of starships due to, you know, many being damaged or destroyed. To counter this, they'd want like a cheap and sort of quick ship to get online and, you know, protect borders, protect planets, shipping lanes and things like that. Basically, they came up with the Mini Defender, which is the Styx-class. Basically, it's a similar design profile to our Defender class, but a little bit smaller, a little bit scaled down. It does use some newer technology, like some new guns, like the torpedoes, for example, but it's relatively the same as the Defender, just a bit of a smaller and budget version. So let's take a look. Again, a big thank you to Reload for building this. I've come along and done my modifications so it fits in the sort of story universe for us and works. Some of you may have already seen this in some of the Space Engineers cinematics we've done, but yeah, in terms of how being like a mini Defender, this thing doesn't contain a hangar bay. So usually around the back here, the Defender had that sort of iconic hangar section. This one doesn't. It is just a, well, 4 main thrusters, I guess. 2 in the center here and 1 on each side of wingtips, including some iron thrusters there as well. Got it mixed up and have a bit of iron thrusters. Overall, I'm really glad the sort of legacy of the Defender lives on. Like, I know a lot of people think of it as a simple starship. That's because it is, but I kind of like the sleek and sort of aesthetic it goes with, and we've kind of got that here in the Styx, so it's got a similar sort of nose profile to the Defender, but in that sort of iconic shape. But when it's there in a sort of silhouette space, you can kind of see that it is a Defender and sort of recognize it instantly. I like it. I'm happy with it. Something Reload did, which was really nice, was the torpedo bays over here. So this is using 2 torpedoes on each side. So when we're engaging enemies, this thing, even though it's a smaller ship, can still have a lot of power in defeating enemy starships, or at least scaring them off. I think we kind of thought about it, you know, when you engage a Styx-class, you're out there in the battlefield, you go in to engage it, you think, oh, it's not heavily armored, it's only there's a light warship, a light frigate. This thing, it lets off a couple of these torpedoes, then, you know, you might have a bit of a black eye and you're in trouble. So it's there for you to use. There's an airlock there we will go in at in a second. We actually are now using the new inset connector block, which has been introduced in the game. But also, I kind of added these sort of like inbuilt sort of armor things here, just to add a bit of Greebling to it and a little bit more detail. So when we zoom out there, you can see there's a bit more going on there. Because while I like the idea that all these ships have rolled off a production line and are sort of like brand new and, you know, ready to go, I also like having a bit of detail there. Also, Reload added these panel things in here. They didn't do anything. They just sort of add to, you know, the detail. And I think it like sort of like helps the design. That's what I was looking for. It really helps the design and just makes it look a lot better. There's also some over here in the engine bay as well. And what I really like of this, instead of using paint, these are actually panels here on the edge, which I think is really nice to get that sort of curved effect there without having to do, you know, something inside. It's a really cool trick there. So if you're building an SE, you can use panels to create those sort of effects without needing to go inside the hull, which is really, really nice and sort of just adds to that sort of like stripe effect going on there. So if you're building an SE, keep that in mind. That's how you can sort of do these things. And also you've got these over here as well, which is really nice. Obviously, when I think naming stick ships, we're going to have to be careful naming short names because we've not got much space to actually write the letters down. So that's just something to think about. The bridge structure is kept relatively the same as the Defender. Obviously, it's scaled down with a smaller scale. We've got flak turrets on either side here. We're still using the M61 Vulcans. I absolutely love these guys. I would love a newer version at some point. But, you know, we're still using these for right now. Maybe we'll use another version of these in the future. This is from the Battle Cannons and Turrets mod. If you want all the mods which are used in the Styx-class, you can find them on the Steam Workshop page down below. If you want all the mods from our series like Colony Lost, Alliances, Frontier, Battlegrounds, then come over to my Discord server. We've got a giant archive in the Colony Universe section. You can find it there. Now, this ship probably is capable of landing in atmosphere, but I realize one thing we don't have is an actual landing leg. There is no landing pad over here. So yeah, not sure you could land it. Realistically, if we had like, you know, infinite space, I would put like a landing strut here or something like that could extend out. Though maybe we'd need to move the gun forward, or we could have one in the middle there. That'd be really cool. Obviously, it's a Space Engineers, so we're kind of limited on what we can do per the game, which, you know, is fine. It's not the end of the world. In terms of weapons, again, we're still using the battle cannons turrets here. We've got Vulcans at the front there, and we've also got 2 Vulcans at the front and a big sort of cannon. Not a big cannon, but it's typically on the Defender. It's a 2-barrel version instead of a 3-barrel version, but it still means the ship can give out a fair bit of firepower. Notice there's a bit of an effect on the amount of Vulcans. We've also got 1 on each side of the engine pod over here and a flak turret in the middle. For me, this Styx-class is all about defending convoys and being a light defense frigate. You probably wouldn't go on the offensive with these. If you did, they would be a part of a bigger fleet, and they would maybe use as picket ships. So these are going to be defending against missiles coming towards your capital ships or fighters. That's how I envision this as a fleet. And part of what we're doing lately is we're really building out the Redwood fleet. So if we did want to take it to another game, we have these sort of ships built up there. Like this would go under the frigates or the corvettes maybe, if we're categorizing it like that. So yeah, that's my thinking behind that. Let us take a look inside the ship, as I know you're all dying to have a look, as I'm absolutely dying to have a look as well. Let's go in here. I just changed my FOV there, it's a little bit dark. We'll go through here. One thing I was going to do, but I never got around to doing, was adding a script here, so like the light would flash when you go through the airlock. But if you guys want to do that, you can go and do that as well. Now, did we add the... No, we didn't. We need to go and do that. The model will be on the workshop, will contain the Redwood logos. I've just recently updated the mod, and they're not here, so I need to go fix that. But typically, we would have these ones. Is it this one, or... I think it's this one. This would be here. There we go. But it's not on this one. It will be on the workshop one. Don't worry. We just updated the mod yesterday, and I've not checked it. There we go. There's more stuff in here as well. This is sort of like a maintenance access room. You've got 2 jump drives at the front here, and you've also got, like, you know, vents, parts. I kind of see this like a machine sort of shop room to function on the jump drives. I don't know. One of the benefits when we make ships like this is obviously we can just, you know, add in rooms for what we need. Like over here, this is very much a crew quarters one. I kind of like this. It's using the half beds, so you got a bit of space to walk around in. Bathroom over here as well. What more could you want? On this side, exactly the same. You don't need me to tell you where the beds are. You can go find them yourself. In here, we've kind of got a medical room, so you can still spawn on this, which is really nice. Over here, we kind of got the sort of kitchen room. I guess it's like the mess room. It would have been great if we could have windows, but it would have taken away from the design a little bit. As we go towards the back of the ship, I'm going to keep closing these doors because I'll forget. We'll check out the reactor room first. We walk into here. Very nice. Some reactor stuff going on. It looks lovely. I do wish we could have added some to these walls up here, but I've kind of just left them blank. Maybe we can add something. I'm not sure. In here, we're still using our big deuterium reactors at the minute. We've not really got rid of this mod. I do like and enjoy this mod. It just looks futuristic and sci-fi. Maybe we'll change it to a different one in the future. But for right now, I enjoy it, and I hope you guys do as well. Machines in here as well. We've got assemblers. It kind of just makes the engine room look like it's functional. Obviously, we've got half stairs here, so you can walk down, take a look at things. Go behind the reactor. Obviously, some of these blocks are purely just here for the cinematic effect. As is most things we do on the Redwood fleet, it is made to look cool. It is not made for Space Engineers PvP. If you're going to take the ship into PvP, be warned, you might get blown up. We're going up to the bridge now. I came along, added these sections here, just so this wasn't like a completely blank and sort of like boring corridor. So you've got the event controllers, kind of like, you know, random control boards you can use, non-vents as well. Back here, we kind of just have like a suit airlock function. We didn't know what to do with this room. Like, Reload didn't know what to do with it either. I didn't know what to do with it. So, it's there. Up here to the bridge. We're using these half stairs as well. Just kind of keep space in, which is really nice. We've, of course, got the captain's chair. And we've also got the lovely consoles as well. The bridge is how you would find it on the Defender class. Pretty straightforward. I've left the screens blank. You can add whatever graphics you want to them. Ideally in the future, I would love it if I could hire a graphics designer to do our own version of like Star Trek L cars. We just don't have that at the minute, so maybe not. And yeah, that's kind of how the bridge goes. Central table back here for plotting things. It's all fun and games. Right, in the final section of the interior here, we've got sort of like the briefing room back here. Very dimly lit. I kind of wanted to go for that sort of space, you know, creepy feel that's going on here. You know, people be planning here what planet to blow up next. You've got a back window as well where you can see the antenna and the moon. But yeah, that is the interior of the Styx-class. So that is the Styx-class light frigate. It is available on the Steam Workshop. A big thank you to Reload for submitting this to the frigate competition a while back. I am glad. This is one of the entries we really, really enjoyed. I'm so grateful to working with Reload to bring this part of the Redwood fleet alive. I love building ships and Space Engineers. Unfortunately, I don't get the time to do it, but now we have a brand new ship officially part of the Redwood fleet in the Colony universe. So when we go to other games or we continue telling Space Engineers stories, you will see this one a lot more. In fact, I believe you've already seen it in Colony Battlegrounds, our latest Space Engineers series. That has been really fun. So yeah, we'll hopefully see this a lot more in the Redwood fleet. And also our cinematics as well. As I was about to say, if you'd like any more videos like this, we've got more ships coming to the workshop very soon. I am ramping up the ability for me to get more of these ships on the Steam workshop because I know you guys want to play with it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. In the meantime, I've been Captain Jack here in Space Engineers. Thank you very much for watching this video. I've enjoyed telling you about the Styx-class light frigate today. If you want to find out more information about our Colony Universe story, head over to our Discord server. We've got a link to our wiki, our other playlists, all our videos for you to enjoy and just get into the story. Sounds fun, right? Okay, I'll see you next time, everyone. Goodbye.